With Naomi just relinquishing her Women's World title to go have a baby, and now we're left with the world title and it's vacant, well, what's next for the Women's World title? Well, that question is exactly what we were going to be answering in today's video. I will give my thoughts on what I think is next for the Women's World title, who I think the next holder of it will be, and I'll give my valid reasons as to why and what they could possibly do with this title over the next few months. Now, before we get into the video, be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, go follow the socials. Those include my Instagram account and my X account, and the links to those are in the description of this video. But as always, leave me any thoughts that you guys have on this topic or just about this video in general down in the comments below. And just any other questions that you have about the channel or anything, just leave those down in the comments below. I'll be sure I do read every comment, so if you don't think I do, trust me, I do. But like I said, go do all that, like videos, subscribe. You gotta just do all that. It helps me out a ton. But now that you've hopefully done all that, let's jump right on into today's video. Alright, so yes, Naomi has relinquished her title, going to have a baby, so now we're left. Nobody is the Women's World Champion, so who is our next title holder, and what will they do with the title is the big question. And I think as far as who the next title holder is going to be, it is very obvious for multiple reasons. First of all, we do have the ever-looming presence of Stephanie Vaquer. She won the Evolution Battle Royal, or is it Battle Royal at Evolution, and she won that, and winning that got her a match at Clash in Paris against Naomi for the Women's World title. Obviously, though, Naomi can now no longer compete because she has relinquished the title to go have a baby, like I said. So now, what do we do with the title? And what do we do with the title is, we put it on Stephanie Vaquer. Now, how do we do this? I mean, there's multiple ways you can go about putting the title on Stephanie. You could realistically do a tournament style, but I feel like we've already really done that. We've already done that with the Evolution Battle Royal. All those women were in it, but Stephanie Vaquer was the one that stood tall. She's the one that stood out. She's the one that put on the big 5-star performance and won that thing. So for that reason, we've kind of already went through that tournament style if you really think about it with that Battle Royal. So therefore, I really think you could honestly just give her the title. Now, I know that could seem sloppy, and I know a lot of people are going to think that that's sloppy. But at the end of the day, it is something that truly makes sense. I mean, you've already went through a tournament style of booking, so like you might as well just give her that title. I mean, like I said, it can seem, I understand if you can think that is a sloppy booking because it's for a major title, and I mean it's a star like Stephanie Vaquer. You could say that that's sloppy booking for a freaking great star. I 100% see that. Like, absolutely. And I mean, I guess if you don't want to do that, you obviously don't have to. If you really want to do another tournament, you can. And I say another one because I really look at the Evolution Battle Royal as a tournament, basically. But if you want to do another one, I mean, you absolutely can. And it would absolutely make Stephanie Vaquer look even freaking better. So if you want to do that, absolutely you can do that. Honestly, that might probably be the better choice because the WWE wouldn't get as much backlash and as much hate from the fans, I feel. I don't know if they'll really get hate anyways, just giving that title to Stephanie, but honestly, it is better to just continue to build her character to show how strong Stephanie is. So I really think actually going with the tournament style or another tournament is probably better. But I can absolutely see the WWE really just handing her this title. I mean, I am recording this on the Sunday, which is the Monday, or which is before Monday Night Raw, of course, and obviously on the previous Raw is when Naomi did relinquish the title, so we don't know anything about what's next for this title, so that's why, obviously, I mean, I'm doing this now because I don't know much about it, so I think it's better to predict what's next now, when you don't know anything, and then you just get, you can just predict something and maybe speak it into existence. But man, I mean, Stephanie Vaquer is easily going to be the next title holder. There's no way, after winning the Evolution Battle Royal, there's no reason to give this title to anybody else except for Stephanie next. There's absolutely no reason for it. I mean, I really don't know who could really take this title next, honestly. I mean, I guess you could put it back on Rhea Ripley or Io Sky, but I don't know if anybody really wants to see that. I'm not going to lie, because I know I personally don't. I don't hate Io Sky, I don't hate Rhea Ripley. I just kind of don't really, I mean, you can have those two continue to feud all you want with Rhea Ripley and Io, just don't have them with a title anymore for right now. I mean, for a good while at least. Put it on somebody like Stephanie Vaquer, who is a new upcoming star. Absolutely, that is the correct choice, and you've already set up for it, man. Now, seeing as I have predicted that Stephanie Valquer will obviously be the next women's world champion, what will she do with this title? That is where I actually am kind of stumped. I don't know really what they could do with Stephanie. Now, I mean, I guess it would be cool to do Stephanie versus Rhea and have a feud with Rhea Ripley. That would be a banger feud. Obviously, don't have Rhea Ripley take that title back, but just have Rhea Ripley in that feud to continue to elevate Stephanie Valquer as the women's world champion. And I mean that feud would already be awesome. It's already been foreshadowed. So honestly, now would actually probably be the perfect time to do it. Seeing as if we're going to actually have Stephanie be the women's world champion, that feud would be even bigger because of that ever-looming presence of the title. So I think absolutely they could do, after Stephanie does get this title, then I think they could definitely do her going up against with Rhea Ripley. Like I said, do not give Rhea Ripley that title in that feud. Obviously, keep it around Stephanie, but just, have that feud, and that feud, those matches that those women would have would be absolutely awesome. The character work we would see from those two women would also be very freaking awesome. But yeah, I mean, and if you don't really want to go the Rhea Ripley route, I mean, there's still many other options, but I still think that Rhea Ripley is probably the best option to do with Stephanie Valquer immediately following her title. And honestly, that really is kind of a WWE thing to do, is really like just put Rhea Ripley and insert her immediately into the women's world title picture. So honestly, that's something I could just genuinely see, honestly. I mean, we've seen it before. We've seen that format and formula before with WWE, where they just continue to keep inserting Rhea Ripley into the women's world title picture, which I don't have a problem with. I really don't. It's just sometimes it does get a little bit repetitive. But like I said, I don't have a major problem with it. It's just, yeah, it just can get on my nerves sometimes. But I mean, it's definitely a WWE thing to do, so I could definitely see them like immediately following Stephanie Valquer's title win, or when she gets this title, because I know she will. Immediately following that, I could definitely see Rhea Ripley coming out, and obviously that beginning their feud for that title. And honestly, I could really see this happening at WrestlePalooza, if I'm going to be completely honest. Now, that depends when they do if they do go with another tournament style to determine the next Women's World Champion. If they do that, I mean, maybe then that tournament will probably lead into WrestlePalooza. But if it doesn't, then at WrestlePalooza, I'm assuming I'm going in booking that Stephanie Valquer will be the Women's World Champion, and she'll be going up against Rhea Ripley. But man, I think that is really a great booking right there, in my opinion, man. Stephanie Valquer is clearly going to be your next Women's World Champion. There was no other woman that has been that really is more deserving of a title currently than Stephanie Valquer in this women's world title picture, if you ask me. I mean, Stephanie Valquer is somebody that the fans and a lot of people do want to see as the women's world champion, so this is definitely the right thing to do. But man, it's going to be awesome when Stephanie does win this title, because I'm telling y'all, Stephanie will get this title, and I definitely see them giving it to her quick, man. It's not going to take a long process. I definitely see, I honestly, man, in the next month, Stephanie Valquer will be your next women's world champion. Mark my words, it's going to happen. And like I said, she's probably going to feud immediately with Rhea Ripley. They could probably insert Io Sky in there, but honestly, do you really want to do that? I mean, it would make the feud even better, yes, but I mean, it would kind of just be better, in my opinion, to see Stephanie versus Rhea just one-on-one, going up against each other in the feud for the women's world title. But man, I think that right there is a good booking, honestly, man. That in my eyes is a really great booking, man, if you ask me. Alright, everybody, well, you have now reached the end of the video. As always, though, leave me your thoughts on this video down in the comments below. But honestly, with that booking for the Women's World title, I think that is a great booking, and that's really where I stand for what's next with the Women's World title division. But I do hope you guys did enjoy this video. Like I mentioned, leave everything you have to ask down in the comments. Be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, go follow the freaking socials, man. All that helps me out a ton. Remember, the socials do include my Instagram account, my X account. I post on those pretty much, I mean, I don't really necessarily want to say daily, but I do post pretty often, if you ask me. So yeah, you can go follow those. It's literally just extra content for me, and going to visit those helps me out so much, you guys don't even know. But like I said, though, hope y'all enjoyed, and I will catch y'all in the next one. Peace.